Where else to speak about appetite for Bitcoin than in the Bitcoin capital, Lugano? So super exciting. And next up, we'll have a very interesting keynote speech by Mr. Charles Henry Monchau from the CIO of Syz Bank. He'll be speaking to you about digital asset strategies in 2025 and beyond, investing in tomorrow's 10 trillion plus opportunities. The floor is yours. Please come on stage, Charles Henry. Put your hands together. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Lugano and Crypto Valley, for hosting us. We are a very proud supporter of what Crypto Valley is doing. So just to introduce myself, so I'm CIO at Bank Syz, for those who don't know Bank Syz. So we are a traditional Swiss private bank, headquartered in Geneva. We run 25 billion in assets, so we are coming from TradeFi. But back in 2022, the months where FTX went bankrupt, we decided to include in our offering to clients digital assets, custody, and trading. So today, I want to talk about what do we see now and beyond in terms of digital asset strategies, maybe just a few words about our offering. So basically, what we want to offer to our clients is safety and convenience. If you look at the two extremes, when you look, for instance, at a cold storage, so it's safe from hacking, but it's not very convenient in terms of trading. Also, it might be an issue when there is succession. Hot wallet is great, it's very convenient, but we know that it's also vulnerable to cyber threats, and also there is obviously a counterparty risk. So we sit in the middle, and we offer this safety to clients. We are using HSM from Taurus, included in the bank custody, and also the clients can trade cryptos as they would trade their Nestle or Google stock. So this is really our value proposal: convenience and safety. But we also have offering beyond these digital assets, custody and trading on the digital asset side. We launched back in 2023 a fund of crypto hedge funds called Syz Crest, together with CMCC. Currently, we have $70 million of assets in this fund of crypto hedge funds. And last month, we launched what we think is the first BTC-denominated fund of crypto hedge funds. We raised $150 million first month. So that's now part of our offering. And last but not least, in terms of tokenization, the Syz family does own a large collection of hearts. And what we do, we tokenize some of these art pieces, and employees are co-owners of these tokenized assets. So what's next? First, I think it would be great to kind of celebrate what has happened in 2024. We have been going through a long way, and it has been indeed a turning point in terms of adoption for digital assets. We always thought that BTC, let's start with BTC, is first and foremost a technological breakthrough. And last year was the year where it crossed 1 billion transactions. It happened in May. So with no CEO, no board of directors, no CFO, no CTO, no head of marketing, and all of this happened without a single glitch. So just a reminder that this technology works perfectly. It was also the year of the fourth halving, also a reminder for all of us that it's mainly a scarcity play, and for the first time in history, the inflation rate of Bitcoin is now lower than the inflation rate of gold. It was also, and it was discussed during the panel, probably the year of broad adoption. If we start with BlackRock, for instance, back in 2017, they were talking about Bitcoin as an index of money laundering, and now they are talking about the technological revolution. It is also the year, and it was discussed, where if you look, for instance, at Fidelity model portfolio, they now have Bitcoin as part of their model portfolio. It was the year where Bitcoin and cryptos were part of the presidential campaign in the US. And also, as discussed before, it became a key topic of discussion when it comes to treasury. Do companies need to include BTC and other cryptos in their treasury? It was also the year where we got this ETF on Bitcoin and ETH. It was not sure to happen. It was not a given. Not only it happens, but it ended up to be one of the greatest success ever for ETF size, getting very close to the size of the gold ETF, and also raising a lot of assets into crypto funds. It is also the first time in history where we have a pro-crypto US administration with more than 300 lawmakers favorable to digital assets, and obviously this should have some huge consequences going forwards. It became the seventh largest asset in the world, and although it is very close to the size of stocks and assets we all know, it remains very low in terms of allocation in most portfolios. Stablecoin was mentioned before. We are getting very close to the $200 billion market cap. So it was also a great year for stablecoin. And in terms of tokenization, this was also mentioned before. The BlackRock, KKR, Templeton of these words, they are now offering tokenized funds, and funds is probably with real estate, one of the, let's say, key first breakthrough for tokenized assets. So what do we see happening ahead? We think we are moving towards cryptocurrency integration, and let me kind of share with you 5 predictions. So first, we think that the first prediction is that we do have, with this pro-crypto US administration, some chances for the Bitcoin rally to be extended. There is indeed a policy framework that positions Bitcoin as a strategic asset, and this is also the end of anti-crypto policies. It was discussed before. Indeed, there's a repeal of a key bulletin number 121, which now allows US banks to not only buy but also custody Bitcoin and other cryptos, and this will be a game changer. We also believe that this US national Bitcoin reserve should happen this year. If you go to Polymarkets, you will see that there is currently a very high chance, which is assumed for this US national Bitcoin reserve to happen. We believe that the reason it could happen is, first, it will be for the US government a hedge against inflation that they created and debts that they created as well. Many BRICS nations are now considering an alternative to the dollar, and Bitcoin could be part of it. So for the US, it would be a way by owning Bitcoin to kind of hedge themselves against this. There is also game theory. If they are not the first to do it, others are already doing it. And we think that nations like Qatar, UAE, or Russia are already, maybe probably China, are already accumulating some Bitcoin. And last but not least, the US wants to become a crypto nation, or the crypto nation. For doing so, they need to indeed create this reserve. We also believe that there will be a tsunami of ETF launch taking place. Solana, Ripple, and why not ETH staking ETF. We also believe that at some point the altcoin season will start. So far, it has been not really what all of us were expected in terms of this altcoin season. But there are reasons to believe that this will indeed happen. And among the candidates, those who are potential candidates for ETF launch, which are favored by the US administration and pushed by Trump and US base, are probably a good chance to be among the winners of the next altcoin season. And last but not least, we think there will be the emergence of transformative applications within the digital asset space, among them blockchain-based gaming, tokenization of real-world assets, and also the increasing integration of AI. So the long view for us, and this is why, as TradFi, we move into this space. We think that crypto will become mainstream in terms of size, despite the huge bull market that we got over the last 2 years. BTC is only 0.2% of global assets. So if it becomes 1%, that means it needs to increase by 5 times. And probably more will happen also beyond BTC in terms of growing size. So, you know, the saying, when the facts change, I change my mind, and this is what we have been doing as a TradeFi bank, is to recognize the emergence of this new asset class and integrate it not only in our custody and trading facilities, but also in our fund offering. And we do believe, indeed, that many others will follow. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the conference.